I'm going to travel tomorrow, so I have a flight to catch. So today's day is going to be completely packed for me.
Yes, yes,
And
definitely.
what about your day? Do you have a holiday today?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
enjoying my summer vacation.
Oh, okay. So are you a teacher?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. So what do you teach, ma'am? And let's start with the introduction, right?
Okay,
So
very
your
fine.
tea, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for giving me this honor. My name is Pramila Vijayan, and I'm a teacher by profession. I'm pursuing this profession from the last 20 years, and I have completed my master's in English and education too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm mother to two, and I teach in government schools
Okay.
in Delhi.
Ah,
And
okay.
in the meantime, like whenever I get a chance, I love to arrange and organize my house, and of course to spend time with nature. I have many plants in my balcony, so they need my attention. So
Right.
I love to tend them, water them, and prune them or repot them as per their requirement.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, like if the weather is fine and I'm getting ample time, I love to read
Ah,
English,
right.
whether it is I'm using newspaper or any novel or self-help book, or even my kids'
Hmm.
value of life books. Or I have means different type of content that I love to read.
Okay.
But while I'm not able to read and sit and read, that time also I love to consume English content
Mm-hmm.
by passive listening.
Uh-huh.
and
Okay.
I have I have developed one more habit by taking classes with English Yaari and talking to different tutors and as well as other persons there, because I daily upload one video on my YouTube channel.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is in the form of habit nowadays.
Right. Uh-huh. So
Mhm.
your YouTube channel, did it start recently or have you been working on it since couple of
No,
years
yes,
now?
last year I started for my school purpose, for my school students to give some text related content, grammar or literature. But
Okay.
continue from this year, from the end of the March, I started posting regular videos,
Hmm.
conversation
Okay.
videos. So I'm
Okay.
regular in nowadays.
Right. So what's your YouTube channel name? I would definitely love
Uh,
to check it out.
oh, sure. My channel name is with my name, Pramila Vijayan Live.
Okay.
And I post English related content only, conversations
Mm-hmm.
and some idioms, phrases, vocabulary, all.
Okay. Right. So, how easy or difficult was it to face the camera? When it's conversation, it's much more easier because you're not
Yes,
really looking
yes.
at the camera, you're interacting with the other person. But when it comes to shooting solo videos, you are just looking at a camera and you are, imagining talking to people. So, how does that work for you?
It's not a new thing for me. I didn't face any uh, obstacle or something like that,
Hmm.
because I had earlier, like at the time of pandemic, I started one YouTube channel with my kids.
Okay.
So I have that experience, and I am very much familiar with facing camera. Then I last year I started one more channel. It was about how, home organization, live your life to the fullest.
Okay.
It was also going good, but you need means there was big. It means big YouTubers are there on that content, and you need
Right.
every new content every day. That
Hmm.
is little bit difficult to find different things from common things.
Right. And I have been thinking the same because when I look at influencers or social media YouTubers, especially,
Mhm.
what they do is, especially these home decor influencers, they use the same space but keep on experimenting with different things, right? So I've
Yes,
been
yes,
thinking, how do they do that? Because first, you need a lot of capital to have that sort of, things around you. Plus, you need storage space. Even if you
yes,
are
yes,
if you are able to afford all of those things, where do you store each and everything? Because considering a middle class family, you would have limited space, right? So where do you
Hmm.
adjust everything?
But
So
that also gave me a good like I would say good experience. I love to arrange my home and to present that for the sake of my audience. That was a good experience for me.
Right.
And now, if I'm not posting such type of videos, sometimes I leave my dining table messy
Right,
form in the
messy, right.
yes,
Right, I understand. When you have to create content, you would be extra cautious about the way the house is looking, and you'd want
yes,
to style it up every now and then. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
So, ma'am, are you originally from Delhi itself? Did you
Yes, yes.
live here?
I'm from Delhi, and after marriage, I'm staying here in Haryana. But daily, I commute to Delhi for my work.
Oh,
So
okay.
half of the day is spent in Delhi, and rest is here in Haryana.
Right. So, how far is your school from your home?
It's around 25 to 27 kilometers.
Right. And how much time do you take to commute?
See, if I am using my car, so it takes around 35 to 40 minutes, and
Hmm.
it is not possible to go every day by car. So if I am using metro, that time it takes around 50 to 1 hour, 55 minutes to 1 hour.
Okay.
The
So,
reason is we need to wait for the next metro if I miss one.
right. Yes. So, do you have metro station nearby, or do you have to travel a lot?
No, no, it's around 5 to 6 kilometers away from my home. So I
Okay.
need to take my car till
Park it in
that
the
point, yes, and
right.
park it there, and then I take my metro.
Okay. The only thing that I miss about Delhi, so I was born and raised in
You
Delhi.
are
I didn't tell you that.
okay. That is why you are interested in Delhi.
Right. I was born and raised in Delhi. My parents migrated there, and that was long back. I think my dad has been living there for the last 40 plus years. And I spent most of my lifetime there. And since last 5 years, I have been living in Kerala. So I'm a Keralite.
Oh,
My parents migrated there,
okay.
and now again I'm back to the roots. So I got married,
Okay.
and I'm here.
Okay. You are married? I
Yes.
thought you are college going girl.
I turned 30 just day before yesterday.
Okay. Good,
Right.
good.
And I am a mother too. So,
Good, good. So you are
yes.
keeping yourself fit as a fiddle. And it means it is deceptive. Nobody can discover that you are married or and mother too means.
Right. Um, I think I have been working on my body, but it's been pretty much recently that I've been trying to work out because I did put on a lot of weight. Up until 2020 or 21, I was underweight. I used to be just,
Oh,
I could hardly cross 50 kgs. And I'm a tall person.
okay.
I'm
Okay.
5'6". So,
Mhm,
more than 5'6", I guess, 5'7". So,
mhm,
compared to the average height, yes, I'll be slightly considered to be taller. So
mhm, mhm.
that's why a lot of people, used to comment on the way that I used to look, just because I am tall in height, and then the weight
And
used to,
thin,
yes, I used to look
yes.
extra thin. So then when I put on weight, it was completely drastic. So I crossed 70. So 20 kgs, there was a lot of gap that happened. So that's why now I'm trying to work on it. Not
So
because
that
of the weight.
might be like during your pregnancy you put on that
Yes,
weight. Hmm.
during
Hmm.
pregnancy and post pregnancy.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think it was after my delivery that I put on weight. During pregnancy time,
Okay.
it was better, I guess. Right.
Okay.
And how about your kids? How old are they?
I have two kids. I'm mother to two, and they need me. Means every time they need my help, though they are grown up.
Uh-huh.
My son, he's in standard five, fifth class,
Okay.
and my daughter, she is in her plus one,
Ah,
and she's
okay.
preparing for NEET.
Oh, okay. You don't really look like a mom of a 11th grader. And when you started with your son and you said that he is in fifth grade, so I was assuming that your second one is going to be younger.
Little younger.
So I misheard it, and I heard when you said it, when you started off, I heard that your kid might be in first standard. So when you said she's preparing, your child is preparing for the NEET exam. That's when it struck me that okay, you're talking about an older one. So
Yes.
you definitely don't look like a mom of 11th grader. So you are
I
also
got
someone
married
who.
in my 22s,
Oh, okay,
early.
right.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, are you working on staying fit, or is it something that it's part of your lifestyle, and
it's
so
a
it's
it's
nothing?
my yes, it's my lifestyle that has gave me this help me to maintain my body shape. I am
Right.
always busy with the work, always occupied,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I am actually active also. I never
Okay.
procrastinate any work. It's whether it's related to my school or my home. I
Mm-hmm.
love to do every physical work by me. Means I'm not having any housemaid or house help. I
Right.
love to do everything, and it helps me. Means I though I sometimes I feel that I should have some yoga instructor at I'm getting weight on my belly,
Mm-hmm.
but
Right.
a simple exercise or stretching helps me in that.
I wish you could tell me that because I do have a little bit of pregnancy belly still there. So, what do you do? Do you have any particular asanas that you do? Any asanas that you
See,
can recall by name?
uh, not exactly. Yes, stretching it can be. Means I don't remember name. Bhujangasana is also there. Dhanurasana and Surya Namaskar. That is a combination of many asanas.
Hmm, hmm,
Uh,
hmm.
Besides this, if I get a chance, like during vacation, usually I do love to do that.
Right,
I Zumba dance type, like I start with my mobile and start performing my exercise according to that app.
right. Uh-huh. So,
It means you have to work out for 25 minutes or 30 minutes. That is only.
right. So that means the topic for today's discussion, which is procrastination, it is something that you cannot relate with, is it? Because you are someone who keeps yourself occupied throughout the day,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes.
But are there times when you feel like procrastinating? You feel like, letting go of all the things on your to-do
No,
list
no,
and.
not exactly. Like bigger tasks. Like if nowadays some renovation work is going in my home, so
Mhm.
that needs proper time. So I just procrastinate this sort of work for my holidays or vacation. Whenever I will get a time, then I'm going to attend that work. So
Right,
that is a sort of procrastination. Otherwise, every work need to be done on the same time. Like you need to prepare food, you need to clean and wipe your kitchen, you need to do your laundry, do the dishes, fold and
right.
iron the clothes, prepare for the next day. You need to plan for your breakfast, lunch, dinner. So how can you skip or procrastinate that things?
Right. But once you start teaching, once this vacation would get over, how are you going to manage? I mean, you have been doing it for so long. So, how do you balance that? Managing school, because
Ah,
teaching in a school, it's not an easy job. I have experience working in a school and I stopped doing that after 1 year. So, I mean, in
oh.
that 1 year itself, it was with a private ICSE school here in Trivandrum,
Mm-hmm.
and that 1 year, I mean, there were a lot of things that were going on, and plus since it's a private school, there are a lot of extra things that comes on us, right?
Yes, yes,
And with
yes.
government school, of course, again there are other set of duties that you have to do. For instance, when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
elections, you have to manage all of that, right? Whereas in private schools the challenges are a little different, the kind of responsibilities that you get. So for instance, we are the ones who have to make sure that the kids get into the bus to take get them out, all of those things also.
Yes, yes,
These
yes,
are some
yes.
extra things, but apart from that you have to bring the notebooks home. So a lot of times it
Hmm.
used to happen that I used to stay up till 1 or 2 at night correcting everything.
Oh,
So, and every day I used to
see,
come
that we
back.
do.
Yeah,
I manage there at school. I never waste time. Yes, I have sometimes I have 5 to 6 periods or sometimes seven
right.
classes
Uh-huh.
also in a
Yeah,
day. But I love to complete work there only. Only sometimes if it is necessary, like if you need to frame some question paper, unit test, that I bring to my home. Or
right,
otherwise, it is supposed to be done at the school only. I'm
right.
fully like in school also, I hardly get any minute to talk to somebody on phone or to do something.
Right.
In my free period too, if I am writing something, means I don't have any checking work, that
Mm-hmm.
time I will be doing two things, like I call myself multitasker. I
Mm-hmm.
am going to play something on YouTube and I'm going to write something related to that.
Right. So you like to jot down points whenever you're listening, you
Hmm.
are that kind of a learner, I would say. You were like that when you were a kid, I suppose,
No, from the very base,
from the very beginning.
means early days, yes, early
Right.
childhood, we have that
Yes.
discipline.
Uh-huh. Right.
Uh-huh. So that is
Mm-hmm.
the habit I'm still continuing.
Right. And what about the
Hmm.
parents? Do they pester you at night? Because I used to get calls even at 11 p.m. at night just to say that their child is going to be absent the other day.
Oh, it happens sometimes. Like they call me either in the very late night, as you said, around 11,
Or
or when I am rushing
right,
out of
early
my
in the
house
morning.
early
Right.
in the morning.
Right.
Sometimes, like I have to answer them, but I also make them clear that we have some time that we cannot attend your calls.
Right. These are the things that I don't know why the parents don't understand, because just like their kids who are getting ready to go to school, we also have things to
We
manage at
also need,
home,
yes, yes.
right? So that is something that
And
people
they
don't
keep on
understand.
calling. Like if you are not going to
Yes,
attend, they keep on calling, calling, calling. And it seems
right,
somebody is like in very need. Like,
right,
so we
yes,
need to pick that, yes.
uh-huh. And then it would be
And then it
some of,
happens and
yeah.
they tell this, oh, my child will be on leave on this or that.
Right. My child is a little sick, so focus on, I mean,
Hmm.
if it's a genuine case, then okay, we are ready to, take those calls. But if it's for the silliest reasons, then that's something that can wait. You don't have to call
Hmm.
the teachers at 6 a.m. in the morning, 7 a.m. in the morning, because they are also trying to work ahead with their schedule,
Of
right?
course.
Or
Yes,
we
yes.
can, of course, work in, call in the school hours. And if the person is not taking the class, then of course we would attend the call, right? Um, so,
So can we talk about 7 habits that we should have to improve our English?
of course, yes. So, but
So
why
what
exactly
according to
seven?
you? Oh, not 7 means good habits, some
Okay.
related, yes.
Right. So, before I start, why don't you go ahead, because you have been teaching government school students, right? Now, students from government school, they don't have that kind of an exposure towards the language, right? Which is
Mm-hmm.
the same kind of problem that our learners in general face, whether be it the learners on English Yari who are coming here for the sessions, or the audience that you might have on YouTube channel, right? They are those
Mm-hmm.
people who don't have that kind of an exposure, right? So what are some of the things that you do with the school students to expose them to the language?
See, first thing is like if English is second language or foreign language for our learners, that time we start them try to listen.
Hmm.
Try to listen. I know, I understand that you are not going to comprehend everything. You are not going to understand difficult words or sentences structure, but
Hmm.
at least listen. And after listening, if you are able to read, just start with reading a para, but that should be consistent and be regular. Every day you need to read one paragraph
Right.
and jot down difficult words. Like I asked my son to do so, read your textbook. Like they have English medium in every subject, so science, essays, and even English also. I
Hmm.
asked him to read one page daily, circle the difficult words, search for
Hmm.
the meaning or try to get the meaning from the context. If he
Right.
is not able to get the things, then use your dictionary
Hmm. Hmm.
and just write down. If you are writing, that thing means you are learning two ways. You
Hmm.
are reading, then you are searching the meaning and writing on the same
Right.
page. You are doing
Hmm.
efforts, means in your mind, or that is going to stay for a longer period. So
Right.
this is the one thing I suggest, like always be consistent. Start with a small task, start with a single paragraph, but read daily.
Right.
You
And
can,
I would,
if you cannot have, yes, add
no,
please
no,
add.
please complete the point, and then I'll add my point to this before you move on to the next one. Yeah.
Okay. I suggest that if you are not able to read English newspaper, like I teach secondary classes, so we suggest them to read English newspaper. Buy one English paper, or we in our school library there is a provision of newspapers. But still, I suggest them, if you cannot have newspaper at your home, English newspaper, buy one newspaper. It will cost 2, 3, 4, 5 rupees at least, but
Hmm.
that news 30 pages of English newspaper will act as a medium for understanding your tenses, your grammar, your reading, your vocabulary, enhancing your vocabulary.
Hmm.
So I, and in that also I just suggest them to read one article or one news,
Right.
but you have to underline the important or beautiful sentences you find in that,
Hmm.
and encircle the difficult words or some idioms if you get in that idioms or phrases from that report, and just
Right.
mind that how they are using tenses. Like basically reported speech is used in writing these newspaper, and past tense is used, or past perfect is used.
Right.
It can be present perfect too.
Hmm. Yeah.
So in that way means I use newspaper as a medium for teaching English,
Hmm.
because it is easily available.
Right.
Second is like as I suggested, if you are not able, like for extra reading I suggest them,
Hmm.
instead of reading your textbook, reading textbook is done in the class, but
Right.
in additional to that you can read your uh, younger siblings books. Start with their story books,
Hmm.
start with their English reader book. But
Right.
you should read one thing every
Uh-huh.
day, one
Right.
paragraph. So you
Yes.
suggest you add something in this.
Right. So when it comes to reading, before I answer this, ma'am, can you tell me your target audience on YouTube channel?
See, I post my videos, and there are, it
Most.
basically from my side, they are mostly intermediate to advanced, but
Okay.
it is common, like
Right.
everybody can
Right.
watch it. Yes.
Right. So when it comes to reading, what I personally suggest is, because of course we have extensive and intensive reading. So
Hmm.
intensive reading can be for someone who is specifically looking for, so for instance, comprehension based exercises that we have. You have to read each and everything, get understanding of it, and then do it, right? But if you're someone who just want to build that reading habit, then go for
Yes,
extensive
yes,
reading, where
yes,
you're
yes.
just simply reading books according to your interest. And what I personally suggest to my learners, whether be it young students or my adult learners, always pick books where you have at least 90% of the vocabulary that you already know of. Because
Okay, yes,
what
yes.
happens is, if on a single page you have multiple words that you are unfamiliar with, then what would happen is
Then you
every
will
time,
discourage.
yes, you will be
Yes.
discouraged, and you'll have to open the dictionary every single time, or now nobody opens dictionary, you google it up, right? But even doing that becomes a chore, and you will do it for 1 or 2 pages, but later, as it
You
as
are
the
going
pages
to.
progress, you're going to leave that. And that is one of the
Mhm.
major reasons why kids stop reading books, because they are either not interested in that book, or the vocabulary is too advanced for them. So what I personally suggest to the parents and adult learners are that you have to pick books according to your interest, whatever you are into,
Hmm.
whether be it non-fictional, fiction. Try to identify your interests and find books accordingly. Yeah. Second
Good,
thing
good,
is
good.
the idea that is there. This is for adult learners again. Try to have a brisk or reading of what is happening. Maybe read the background, the information that is given on the back cover, right? See what the book is about, and if it is of your interest, then you can go ahead, because you cannot read every book. That will not happen. There will be books that you might find, very boring, I would say. So, for instance, now this can be controversial, but I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, which I found to be an
Hmm.
easy read. Right, I was able to read through it, and it was. I am someone who is just stepping into financial literacy. I don't have much information about it, but I am gradually learning about it. I'm trying to educate myself. So, for that, Rich Dad and Poor Dad, it's quite good. But when it comes to psychology of money, that was something which I started reading, but honestly, I couldn't stay put with the book. I had to let go of it. I read a couple of pages, but then I had to let it go. So it basically depends on your interests as well. So if one book is not working for you, don't let that hamper your reading progress. Pick another book. Now I'm into atomic habits,
Mm-hmm.
so that is something that I'm
Yes.
again finding interesting. So I'm just
Yes,
reading
it's simple.
that book.
Like they are narrating some points with the incidents related to
Right, it's
the
relatable,
some
right?
stories. Yes, yes.
Yes, but
Hmm.
psychology of money, I guess it's not for the basic level, for the beginners. It can be for intermediate level because the things that are being spoken of, it's for someone who already
Then we should
has
suggest them Chetan Bhagat's novels.
Chetan Bhagat's novels is again for someone who is a very, totally novice at reading, and they don't want very serious topics. They just want to read. Then, of course, those. But I personally suggest Sudha Murthy's books because that's
Yes,
again much more easier to understand.
easier.
Chetan
Yes, yes.
Bhagat's novels, they are mostly about college romance, right? So if you're not into that, then you would not
For
want to.
teenagers, we can
For
suggest
teens,
that.
yes, yes. For teens, you can maybe go for it. But then for working professionals, they should probably go for something else. Now, Sudha Murthy,
Yes,
again, she writes fictional stories. Now, it's something that can work for kids well enough, but also for learners or young, I mean,
learners.
adult learners